in the short center field. Here comes Nootbaar. He's under it. He makes the one-handed catch for the out as the Rockies score one on a hit. Seventh inning stretch is presented by Spectrum. You can stay in the game with Spectrum Internet. Visit Spectrum.com. 5-4 Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the seventh.
On the basketball court, the soccer pitch, or even the golf course, your crew brings their best not just for the win, but for that post-game celebration. When victory tastes like Michelob Ultra, it's worth every drop of sweat. And if you don't win, you'll still get the beer. It's just on you. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is for the people of Missouri, in good times and in bad. They're for Missouri families and Missouri communities. And when Missouri weather rips through our state, they are here to put back the pieces. So if you have one car or 20, a home or an apartment, a business, a boat, or an entire family legacy to protect, if you're a Missourian, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is for you.
Hey Cardinals fans, Brendan Donovan here. Nothing beats the feeling of being safe at home, both on and off the field. That's why I've teamed up with Ameren to share some key electrical safety tips to protect your home team. Start by installing GFCI outlets in kitchens and bathrooms. They're like your home's Gold Glove defenders, stopping electrical hazards before they happen. Next, make sure your plugs fit snugly in their outlets. For more ways to stay safe at home, visit ameren.com/safety.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale. Up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery with the purchase of any smart bed. Ends Monday. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
The seventh inning stretch is presented by Spectrum, lightning fast speeds and major league reliability so you can stay connected. As we go to the bottom of the seventh, Jaden Hill is now on in relief for the Rockies. This is his 11th appearance of the season. His earned run average is 4.82 in 9 1/3 innings pitched so far. He has 9 strikeouts and 7 walks, so this could be interesting. As Ivan Herrera stands in, he sees the first pitch low for a strike in the strike zone. Ivan on the day singled and stole a base, tapped back to the pitcher and was a force-out victim in the 4th inning. He waits and he turns on a pitch and fouls it toward the Colorado dugout. So he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. We owe you a station break. We'll give it to you now on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Next pitch to Herrera is outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mason Wynn is on deck. 7th inning, Cardinals lead 5-4. The next pitch as Herrera fouls one again toward the Colorado dugout. Pop Warner throws it to the ball. Well, I guess that's a throw. More of a heave from the Cardinal third base coach. He was a good player in the minor leagues. Another pitch on the way to Herrera. That sails wide for a ball. Pop Warner, one of the most observant people you will ever meet. He sees everything. Has Herrera with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from Hill, and he fouls this one down the right field line, well out of play into the second deck. Visit Magic House, St. Louis kid-approved immersive children's museum where imaginations run wild. You can join in on the fun at ExploreSt.Louis.com. Another 2-2 count, and Jaden Hill's pitch is on the way, and that sails wide for a ball. So Herrera has gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Jaden Hill, one of those young prospects that the Rockies want to take a look at. His next pitch is strike 3 call. He caught the corner. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And Herrera goes down on strikes. To lead things off here in the seventh.
Strikes lately.
Yes. A home plate umpire, Nestor Sayah. And that brings up Mason Wynn. Mason struck out in the first, walked into third, singled in the fifth, and eventually scored as he was just in front of Lars Nootbaar as he hit a home run, his 15th of the season. Check that. That's Burley with the 15th of the season. Well, it was Alec Burleson who hit his 15th home run of the season.
Yeah, Lars
Nootbaar
got his
also
13th.
hit one.
That was in the fourth.
First pitch to Mason is high for a ball. He stands back in as Jaden Hill pitching from the stretch. Nobody on base. He comes to the plate. Outside for a ball.
Well, the Rockies have put up a picket fence with single runs in the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh.
Well, let's stop that situation. Maybe the Cardinals tack on a few runs here in this inning. That would certainly help as Wynn waits on a pitch and he pops this one up. That's going to be out of play to the right of us, well out of play, but about 18 rows back. As Mason Wynn now with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Jaden Hill looks in for location. Pauses, now pitches. As Wynn golfs one in the left center field, Mickey Moniak is there. He's under it. He makes the one-handed catch for the second out.
Cardinals are letting the Rockies hang around.
Be careful. Alec Burleson makes his way to the plate. Burley's had a pretty good day. Tap back to the pitcher, singled up in the third inning and had a 2-run homer in the fifth inning. Playing first base this afternoon. And I would say this, John, one of the things that we've watched and appreciated about Alec Burleson, he's made himself into a pretty good defender, whether he has an outfielder's glove or a first baseman's mitt.
I was thinking the same thing.
First pitch, and Burley turns on another pitch. This is right at Tyler Freeman, the right fielder. So the Cardinals go 3 up, 3 down here in the seventh. We go to the eighth inning where John Rooney will have it. The Cardinals now lead 5-4.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hey Illini fans, it's Luke Altmaier here, starting quarterback for your Fighting Illini football team.
Get to him, he's going to run right, he's in, touchdown, touchdown, Illinois, Luke Altmaier, what a throw by Altmaier.
Altmaier's big time.
We invite you to be a part of the action this year at Memorial Stadium. After a 10-win season and a Citrus Bowl victory, get your season tickets now for 2025 and make this season unforgettable.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank, not a recording, answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwriting. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 435120.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
It's Victor Scott II playing center field now with Nootbaar going to left. Herrera's out of the game, and Victor Scott II is batting in the number 2 spot in the lineup for Oliver Marmol. And it's Riley O'Brien out of the bullpen pitching. Ground ball, base hit, right field. The Rockies keep the pressure on as Tyler Freeman takes a wide turn. Scott's throw on one hop into second. The leadoff man is on base for the 5th consecutive inning. And in the prior 4, the Rockies have scored that leadoff man.
Good speed on the bases now also for the Rockies. Freeman has stolen 14 bases on the season.
And here's Moniak.
And Moniak has been a tough out today.
He hit a home run, his 18th of the year in the 6th inning. And that was off of McGreevy. The pitch by O'Brien, taken low for a ball, and a game brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser. Enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. The hits are even at 9 now.
Jimmy Hergert's now out warming for Colorado. He was a tough customer the first time the Cardinals saw him in this series.
Here's a swing and a line drive left field. Nootbaar's there. He has it. Almost a second. Turning and scampering back to first base. Tyler Freeman, 1 out. Moniak hit the ball sharply.
I think this is your ball game right here.
I do too. Ezequiel Tovar with good speed over at first base, and Tyler Freeman. The infield at double play depth. Tovar has grounded into 2 double plays this year. He runs well. O'Brien's pitch. Inside. Slider that didn't break much. That kind of backed up for ball 1. Tovar, an RBI hit today. 1 out of 3. He's 2 for 11 in the series, and he's scored a run in this series. He has struck out once today and 4 times in the series. The pitch. There's a solid smash, deep left center field. Nootbaar on the run. He makes the catch. Turning and heading back to first base, Freeman. That ball was smoked. 2 down.
And Lars got a great jump on that ball.
When that ball left the bat, I thought, uh-oh, tie game.
Well, he came in as a defensive replacement to Ivan Herrera. Not saying Herrera couldn't have made that play, but Nootbaar's made more of them in his career.
Well, Lars moved over from center field with Scott now playing center. And here's Jordan Beck with the tying run at first base, 2 outs in the 8th. And Riley O'Brien with the kick, the pitch. Slider low for a ball. Good movement on the pitch, but low.
Well, you can tell the confidence Riley O'Brien has gained since the beginning of the season. You know, he had swing and miss stuff, but now he's really comfortable with his breaking ball.
The pitch on the way. Beck takes a strike. Slider's over. 1 ball and 1 strike. Riley O'Brien dazzled in spring training a year ago and then was injured opening day at Dodger Stadium. 1-1 for his big league career. His 36th game. The pitch. There's a line drive, base hit left field. Freeman stops at second. The tying run is at second. Freeman led off the inning with a hit. Beck comes through for the Rockies with 2 outs. And here's Bernabel, their first baseman. He's 0 for 3 today. The Rockies have now out-hit the Cardinals 10-9 and trail 5-4. You have an attendance guess?
I have that feeling coming on. Let me.
Yeah, I had that feeling too.
This is pretty tough, but you know what? If you were to ask me,
I'm asking.
I would say 20,500. I'm going to stay with 513. 20,513.
That's what Brian Bartow just said. You guys think alike.
Yeah, we do think alike. I listen better than he thinks. He has good information. As the Cardinals now have JoJo Romero up throwing in the Cardinal bullpen, he's just getting loose.
Bernabel swings and misses a slider that was over the outside corner, then it wasn't. Good sharp break away from the plate.
JoJo likes to throw in front of the mound, and then as he gradually backs up to get on the rubber from the bullpen.
The pitch, Bernabel lines it into left field. Nootbaar coming on, makes a running catch. And the Rockies strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Cardinals clinging to a 5-4 lead.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
When you're buying a battery, it's important to look beyond just the price and make sure you're buying a quality battery. So when you're buying one from the big box store, make sure you ask the question, what's the date on this battery? Is it dependable? Sometimes the big box stores have batteries that have been sitting on the shelf for years. Or you can just come to Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable, and buy your battery from the people who only do batteries. Interstate Batteries at 2504 North Madison, Champaign. Way out there, but totally worth the drive. How much is dependable worth to you? Interstate Batteries open 6 days a week.
Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Quattrone on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
Pia Sports Bar and Grill on West Springfield in Champaign is your place for food, fun, and a chance to win big. With J&J Gaming, you could walk out with serious cash. And don't forget, Pia's is home to the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. Enjoy 6 slot machines, darts, video golf, wall-to-wall TVs, and their awesome outdoor beer garden. Your place to party before and after the game. Great food, great drinks, great times. All at Pia's. Like Pia Sports Bar and Grill on Facebook.
Jimmy Herget comes in to pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Colorado Rockies. He had a scoreless 7th inning on Monday night. Fly ball out for Herrera, pop out for Burleson, and a called third strike on Wilson Contreras. Here he's pitching to Nolan Gorman, who checks his swing, and it's a strike anyway on a curveball over the outside corner.
Herget has the pitch count, so he's calling the pitches for himself.
Herget into the windup, his pitch. That's over for a strike, 0-2. Gorman hasn't done anything today. A fly out to center, a pop-up to the second baseman, and a pop-up in foul territory to Karros, the third baseman, who's playing off the line. And Gorman uses the batter's timeout with an 0-2 count. The Cardinals lead 5-4. They're batting in the 8th inning. Jojo Romero was getting ready. The Cardinal bullpen backing up Riley O'Brien. Nothing doing right now out there. The pitch by Herget. High and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jaden Hill worked a clean 7th inning. He had a strikeout. Nick Anderson has scored a 6th inning with a strikeout. Austin Gomber is on the downside of this 5-4 score. Herget with the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 out in the 8th inning as Gorman strikes out.
Thinking about the 9th inning, Jojo Romero is ready to go.
Yeah, he's starting to warm again with 1 out.
And he would face Kyle Karros, Fernandez, and probably a pinch hitter as they have Brenton Doyle, Hunter Goodman certainly would be available for them to pinch hit, as they have all right-handed bats on the bench.
Now Jordan Walker. Walker's 0 for 3. And he takes a pitch for a strike. Walker lined out sharply in the 3rd inning to Beck in left field. A strikeout, line out, and a ground out for Jordan. In the series, 0 for 6 with a walk and 3 strikeouts. The pitch by Herget, outside. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, has won over $20 billion for their clients. Injured? Call the closers, Morgan & Morgan, or visit forthepeople.com, a proud partner of the St. Louis Cardinals. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody on, 1 out. Walker swings and misses a slider that was well outside. 1-2. Gorman struck out. Walker's in the hole. 0-2. Herget with the windup and a batter's timeout call just as Herget moved his left foot.
Well, it's 2 strikes. That's Jordan
Walker.
Walker.
The umpire doesn't have to grant that timeout. The pitcher had started his motion. Now the 1-2 pitch coming up for Jordan Walker. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball strikes him out. That wasn't even close.
He's starting to chase again, and that gets him in trouble every time. 2 strikeouts.
Man, here is Lars Nootbaar. A single run scored. A home run, his 13th of the year, and a fly ball to right field. Well, the Cardinals were hoping for a little breathing room for JoJo in the 9th inning. It's a 1-run lead. The Rockies have 10 hits. The Cardinals have 9. There's a curveball for a strike.
Very good curveball. I'm scratching my head thinking, how does a team like Colorado, their bullpen, their ERA is over 9 for the month of August. I haven't seen how.
Here's a swing and a foul. Well, we're not at Coors Field.
That's true. Everybody's ERA has a tendency to go up a notch or two.
Curveball sometimes doesn't move much, if any at all.
Well, it moves into the seats.
Nootbaar 2 out of 3 today. Trying to get on to extend the inning to Sajaci. Lars takes outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 5 left for the Redbirds. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 4 left on for the Rockies. Jimmy Herget. He's in the windup, the kick, the pitch. Nootbaar pops it up. Shading his eyes, the shortstop. And the catch is made on the first base side of second by shortstop Tovar. Well, let's hold him and go home. JoJo Romero's coming on to face the Rockies in the top of the 9th with the Cardinals leading 5-4.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter Agent Chris Clayton in Charleston and get a free personal protection review.
For all things summer, it's on at On the Run. Fresh food that hits the spot. All the drinks and snacks, and a car wash that shines. Your neighborhood On the Run is your stop for great food, drinks, quality fuel, and a clean ride. Summer is on at On the Run.
Drinking and driving will change your whole world. Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, things will never be the same. Getting a sober ride will change your world for the better. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Popsicles, sprinklers, a cool breeze. Talk about refreshing. You know what else is refreshing this summer? A brand new phone with Verizon. Yep, get a new phone on any plan with Select Phone Trade-in and My Plan. And lock down a low price for 3 years on any plan with My Plan. This is a deal for everyone, whether you're a new or existing customer. Swing by Verizon today for our best phone deals. 3-year price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate only. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Community America is stepping up in St. Louis and showing what excellence in banking looks like. Or in other words, they're winning. Opening more branches? Win. Competitive loan rates? Win. Wealth management? Win. Which now makes sense why they asked me, Cardinal shortstop Mason Wynn, to tell you. That's win with 2 N's, not 1. It's time to bank like the Mason winner you are. It's time your financial partner was invested in you. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
Kyle Karros leads off. Right-handed batter facing JoJo Romero. A swing and a miss. First pitch fastball and strike 1. Karros, a 2-for-3 day. Single, double, 2 runs scored. The Cardinals lead 5-4 with the Rockies batting in the top of the 9th inning. Romero with the kick, the pitch. That is taken low for a ball. Change up. So fastball, change up, 1-1 on Karros. There'll be a pinch hitter for Fernandez. The pitch. Down and in. That was the slider. 2 balls and a strike.
They have quite a few options from the right side.
JoJo Romero with a 2-1 pitch for the young third baseman out of UCLA. A swing and a foul, and that goes off Pages. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All this weekend, join MLB and the Cardinals in celebrating Players Weekend. Players will be bringing their stories to life through personalized bats, spikes, and more. Visit MLB.com/PlayersWeekend where you'll get more information. A 1-run Cardinal lead. They had built a 3-run lead. The pitch. Check swing, slider down and in. 3-2 on the leadoff batter, Kyle Karros.
You do not want to walk the leadoff man here.
JoJo Romero with the pitch. A swing and a foul out of play down the right field line. That goes over the screen. Michael McGreevy is the pitcher of record on the upside. A quality start. 3 runs, 7 hits over 6 innings, but 2 strikeouts. He gave up a home run to Mickey Moniak. The 3-2 pitch. Ball 4 low. A leadoff walk. The Rockies have put the leadoff man on base in 7 of their 9 innings. And they scored in 4 straight innings, the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, putting the leadoff man on.
Now Brenton Doyle's going to pinch hit. If there's one plus here with Doyle, he is double play susceptible. He's hitting the 9.
Doyle takes the first pitch for a ball. Over at first base, Kyle Karros. Doyle represents the go-ahead run. Karros off to a lead. The pitch, a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. 91 on that fastball.
Doyle was swinging like he wanted to give the Rockies a lead.
Doyle has hit 10 home runs, driving in 39, batting .231. Pinch hitting for Fernandez in the DH spot. Off-speed pitch, low and away. 2-1. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. The infield at double play depth. The pitch by JoJo. Slider in the dirt. Romero walked Karros. Now 3-1 count on the pinch hitter Doyle. So there's the invitation right back into the game for the Colorado Rockies. 6 consecutive innings they put the leadoff man on. The pitch. Doyle swings, pops it up, foul, out of play, and it's 3-2. Karros does not have a stolen base. He's talking to their first base coach, Ronnie Gideon. A lead at first for Karros. The 3-2 pitch here. Strike 3 call. The slider caught him looking.
You were spot on that. He dropped his head knowing he just saw the hook and couldn't do anything about it. He could not pull the trigger, but it doesn't get easier because Hunter Goodman is going to bat now, and he has 23 home runs on the season,
including 1 in this series.
And you can also get him on the double play as he's hitting the 14.
Double play ends the game. Here's their all-star. From the stretch, a look to first. The pitch to Goodman. Outside, ball 1. JoJo just made a huge pitch, but he has been around the zone more so than over it. Donovan plays up the middle, hitting room on the right side of the infield. A swing and a foul, and that one caught Pages.
Ouch. Chris Conroy, assistant trainer, runs out. That one really stung.
Pages slow to get up, trying to catch his breath. Oliver Marmol is out there as well. Long day out there in the hot sun, and then that foul ball caught Pages, who's trying to stand straight up.
Kyle Farmer is now on deck as Colorado is going to use everybody in that dugout this afternoon.
Doyle struck out as a pinch hitter. Goodman is batting now. Farmer on deck.
Pedro's saying, the off day can't get here quick enough.
Not quickly enough. Off day tomorrow, then Friday the Yankees are here. Andre Palante will get the start for the Cardinals against Luis Gil. So Pages is ready to go. Chris Conroy, Oliver Marmol head back to the first base dugout.
He's doing some jumping, some bouncing.
1 ball and 1 strike on Hunter Goodman. 23 home runs, 66 RBIs, a .275 batter. The pitch. Goodman takes low, 2-1. As JoJo's been working behind Rockies hitters, walking the leadoff man, Kyle Karros.
Have to be careful here with Goodman.
5-4 Cardinals, top of the 9th inning. Karros leads at first base. Now the pitch. Goodman takes just outside. 3-1. Romero's thrown 17 pitches, walking a batter, striking out a batter. And a dangerous pitch here to a home run hitter on 3-1. The 3-1 for Goodman. A swing and a high fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Scott. He's at the wall. It's gone. A 2-run homer, and the Rockies lead 6-5.
That may be the longest home run we've seen at Busch Stadium this year. It's high up on Freeze's landing.
The Cardinals let the Rockies hang around, and they've jumped in front. And the Cardinals are going to have to bat in the bottom of the ninth, down by 1 as it stands now.
436 feet. Exit velo 110 miles per hour.
And the first blown save for JoJo Romero.
Now we're going to have another pinch hitter, and that's going to be Kyle Farmer.
For the Rockies, number 6, Kyle Farmer.
Oh, that leadoff walk. And then falling behind, came back to get JoJo Romero after striking out Doyle. Goodman hit a home run to the batter's eye in center field. Here's Kyle Farmer taking strike 1.
Well, we go to the ninth. It'll be Sajaci, Pages, and Donovan scheduled to hit.
Here's a Tapper foul off to the right. 2 strikes on Farmer. And it's Dugan Darnell getting ready in the bullpen for the Rockies.
Dugan Darnell has only pitched in 5 games this season.
The pitch fouled back. 2 strikes on Farmer. Farmer's batting .219, 5 homers, 24 RBIs. The pitch on the way. Strike 3 right down the middle. Pause here for an ID on the Cardinals Network, powered by Graybar.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Ricky Horton is on assignment with Mike Claiborne. I'm John Rooney. Jim Jackson is our producer-engineer at Busch Stadium. And here's strike 1 on the outside corner. Tyler Freeman bats with nobody on. The damage has been done. A leadoff walk and then a 1-out pinch home run. Hunter Goodman has given the Rockies a 6-5 lead. The pitch outside a ball. The Cardinals, even with the 5 runs on 9 hits, are only 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position today, with 5 runners left on. The 1-1 pitch. Farmer swings and misses a slider down and in. 1-2. So J.C., Pages, and Donovan, the scheduled batters for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch on the way, fouled back to the screen. Hitting room, deep left center field for Tyler Freeman, who has 2 hits and 4 at-bats with a run scored. The pitch by Romero jammed him, and a foul ball goes back and out of play.
This crowd here at the ballpark is stunned.
Romero with the lead-off walk. That gave us a bad feeling right off the top, with the Rockies putting the leadoff man on base 6 straight innings and 7 times out of 9. The pitch by Romero swung on, and a line drive base hit into center field. The Rockies are looking for more. They have Moniak coming up with Freeman on base.
We were talking about the Colorado bullpen and how they had struggled in the month of August. In this series, though, they found their way.
7 2/3, 5 hits, no runs, a walk, and 9 strikeouts.
Now here comes Dusty Blake, Cardinal pitching coach.
The Cardinals are going to get someone up behind JoJo Romero.
He's at 28 pitches.
And it's one thing to be down by 1 going to the bottom of the 9th, but to get down by 2 or more. Moniak has homered today. He has 2 hits and 4 at-bats, lined out sharply in left field. And Oliver Marmol made a great move, putting Nootbaar in left field for Herrera putting Scott in center, and Nootbaar was in on all 3 outs in the 8th inning.
Ryan Fernandez is up. Fernandez was pretty good last night.
Struck out the side last night.
I hope he is able to pitch on Friday.
Friday, I'm with you. We'll see him against the Yankees. Lefty against lefty with Moniak, the former Philly, former Angel. He wears white batting gloves, slightly open stance. Pickoff throw to first base, back in safely Freeman. 3 hits in 9 at-bats in the series for Moniak. 2 runs scored. He hit his 18th home run of the year in the 6th inning. The pitch by JoJo. Inside, ball 1. This will be pitch number 30. Fernandez is getting ready in a hurry. This is the last batter for JoJo Romero. One way or the other. The runner breaks for second. The pitch, a strike, the throw high. And a stolen base for Freeman, who kept his foot on the bag this time after being caught stealing last night.
15 stolen base for Freeman. Now he's in scoring position.
Moniak with an RBI opportunity. Romero's pitch taken high for a ball. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs, 2 runs in. A walk and 2 hits in the inning. Freeman leads away from second base. The pitch by Romero. Slider outside, a check swing. 3-1 on Moniak. Romero with the sign. 32 pitches, 14 out of the strike zone. The pitch, there's a strike call. 3-2 with 2 outs. The Rockies lead 6-5 with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. The pitch on the way, a swing and a miss. Moniak strikes out. But Goodman hit a 2-run homer. It's a do-or-die bottom of the 9th now for the Cardinals, trailing the Rockies 6-5.
Is that itching for victory, or is athlete's foot holding you back? Don't let fungal infections keep you sidelined. Lotrimin is the #1 over-the-counter antifungal brand trusted to cure most athlete's foot, jock itch, and ringworm. Stay in the game with Lotrimin Ultra, the prescription strength treatment that delivers results. Nothing cures most athlete's foot faster than Lotrimin Ultra. Grab Lotrimin today and knock that fungal infection out of the park. Use as directed.
Feel the magic with the official St. Louis Cardinals credit card from Central Bank. From tickets to throwing out the first pitch, your St. Louis Cardinals credit card earns rewards for one-of-a-kind experiences. Your Cardinals credit card earns you double reward points at the stadium and at Cardinals.com. Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals, and now offering the official St. Louis Cardinals credit card. Visit CardinalsCredit.com or any Central Bank location to sign up. Subject to credit approval, see bank for details.
Molina, Pujols, Wainwright, Cardinals players who came through in the biggest moments. For Illinois farmers and ag professionals, Illinois Farm Bureau delivers for you. IFB and local county farm bureaus provide members an advantage with impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development. Visit ilfb.org to join and learn more today.
Cardinals fans know some of the best teammates have 4 legs. And when your furry MVP tracks in mud, spills water, or sheds like crazy, you need carpet that can keep up. LifeProof with pet-proof technology is soft, stylish, and built to handle whatever life throws your way. It's tough enough for extra innings and only at Home Depot. Fetch yours today or learn more at homedepot.com/petproofcarpet.
Thomas Ajayce's leading off for the Cardinals against Victor Vodnik. Coming on to try to close this one out and make a winner out of Jimmy Herget. The pitcher of record on the downside is JoJo Romero, with the Rockies leading 6-5. So Ajayce takes a pitch high for a ball. Kyle Farmer's playing second. Hunter Goodman, who hit the home run, putting the Rockies in front, is doing the catching. And Vodnik takes over for Herget, who struck out 2, working a 3-up, 3-down 8th inning. The pitch is swung on and a high towering fly ball. Deep left field. Back at the wall. It is caught and left by Beck. So JC got under it a little too much. One long, loud out.
Interesting here, Pedro Pages is going to take the at-bat. You have Pozo on the bench. Vodnik, as we saw last night, he can bring it. But he also has a very good breaking ball that can keep you off balance.
Oh, it's a JC been able to pull that one just a little bit. We'd have a tie game, but that's out number one. Pages 2 out of 3. He swings and misses, going for a slider on the first offering. Pages a 2-run double in the second. The Cardinals had a 3-run lead, but the Rockies kept pecking away. The pitch, check swing, a ball high. Single runs in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Then Goodman's 2-run homer in the 9th. The Cardinals scored 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. The pitch, a foul ball back, 1-2 on Pedro Pages. How about that? You win the season series from the Dodgers and in danger of losing the season series to the worst record in baseball.
You take 2 out of 3 against the Cubs coming into this series.
The 2-1 pitch coming up for Pedro Pages. Here it is. Check swing, low.
Colorado has 2 shutouts on the year, and they're both against the Cardinals. I mean, the mojo just isn't working when it comes to this team.
2-2 on Pages. The pitch. A swing, and that ball is looped into right center field, and it is caught on a slide by their center fielder, Moniak. 2 outs. The Cardinals are down to their last out with Brendan Donovan up. It was Donovan who pulled the game out with a 2-run double in the 8th inning on Monday night in a 3-2 victory over Colorado.
We need some more heroics from him now.
Donovan's 0 for 4 today. The pitch, high and away for a ball. Working out of the stretch with nobody on. Vodnik with the pitch. High and away, ball 2. A walk got JoJo Romero into trouble. A leadoff walk. Then a pinch home run by Hunter Goodman. 2 outs in the Cardinal 9th inning with the Rockies leading 6-5. The pitch. A swing and a high fly ball. That's hit deep, but not deep enough. Under it, the center fielder, Moniak, makes the catch. This ball game has come to an end. And a bad loss today for the Cardinals, where they had a 3-run lead, but the Rockies kept the pressure on. And a 2-hour, 27-minute game goes to Colorado, 6-5. Back after this.
Tim Onstad, Gale Forex Trucking and Dedicated Diesel.
Yeah, we're really just kind of getting going and feeling out when that corn and beans are going to start turning and when we're going to start hauling grains for Gale and some farmers around. Had one call yesterday, make sure he was on the list and set up. We're going to bring in probably 3 to 5 good drivers or young guys that want to learn part of the trucking business and get them started in the field where they're not out on their own somewhere. And we'll be hauling grain, looking probably, like I said, 3 to 5 good people that want to haul some grain, not just young, experienced. If somebody's semi-retired, they want to get into that a little bit, we're good with that too. It works out for a good atmosphere and good overall employee satisfaction.
How can we reach you, sir?
Get me on email at timo@gftlog.com. Call the office at 765-793-7131. Give me a holler. We'll get you going and get things happening.
Well, I tell you what, though, A&R has been such an amazing, impactful company. Your grandfather, your dad, you've all gone through stuff. And your secret is what, John?
Well, I mean, you have to trust that you're doing the right thing, first of all. And you got to surround yourself with good people. And I think over the years, we've had some really good people that have been part of A&R. And, you know, we owe a lot of our success, if not all of it, to those people.
Neil, you could say A&R has built a great part of Champaign-Urbana. It's about people. Can you explain the culture, why people would want to work at A&R?
We've had several families where we've gone even 3 generations, and these guys are long-term employees. They want to stay with us, and it's rewarding to know that they want to be with us. We have their backs. They have our backs, and that's a unique perspective, I think, from anybody this day and age.
I'm positive because you're such a solid company. A&R Mechanical, a thriving leader 100 years later.
Well, the play of the game on our broadcast is presented by Marriott St. Louis Grand. Book your Grand Slam Cardinals ticket package. Do that today. Claims the Cardinals had a 3-run lead at one point, but by the time the game went to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Rockies fought their way back, led 6-5, and put the game away with a 6-5 final.
Well, John, when you think about the opportunities Colorado had today, getting the leadoff man on in so many different innings this afternoon, and obviously the 9th inning was critical. There's no excuse. This is a team you're supposed to beat, and the Cardinals didn't, and I thought last night's loss was tough. This one was a tougher pill to swallow.
Well, the Cardinals had built a lead on a 2-run double by Pedro Pages in the 2nd inning. The Rockies cut into that lead with a run in the 4th. Could have been worse. McGreevy limited the damage that inning, and Nootbaar hit a home run in the 4th inning to make it 3-1. The Rockies got a run in the 3rd again. McGreevy limited the damage, and it was Burleson hitting a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 5th inning, a 5-2 lead. But Moniak homered off McGreevy in the 6th inning. A 7th inning run scored, and that run scored against Cardinal reliever Kyle Leahy. In the 8th inning, some hard-hit baseballs, but the Rockies put up a 0. Then in the 9th, against JoJo Romero, he walked the leadoff man, Kyle Karros. Then struck out pinch hitter Brenton Doyle. Up came All-Star Hunter Goodman for the play of the game presented by Marriott St. Louis Grand. And a dangerous pitch here to a home run hitter on 3-1. The 3-1 for Goodman. A swing and a high fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Scott. He's at the wall. It's gone. A 2-run homer, and the Rockies lead 6-5. And they won the game 6-5. JoJo Romero suffering his first blown save, and he had the loss tagged on him.
Yeah, it was a tough afternoon for JoJo, but we go back to that walk, and you and I looked at each other and said, uh-oh, because Colorado had taken advantage of that before. But the other thing, the Cardinals, again, not able to push that run across when they needed it, and they had more opportunities today, and that's just been the bugaboo for this series against Colorado. Now they have to turn the page, take the day off tomorrow, and then come back and figure out how to beat the Yankees. I felt this was a series or a homestand where you could go 7-2. You can still do that, but it's going to be a little harder taking on New York for 3.
Well, here we go with the Cardinals going 0 for 9, runners in scoring position. Last night, 1 for 5 today.
Not good.
Not good enough. 6-5, Colorado. And back to wrap it up with the totals after this.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high app limits, low holds, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Good morning, First Federal Savings Bank. How may I direct your call?
Speak with friendly, real people during lobby hours. It matters when you call First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. A real person located at the bank, not a recording, answers your call during lobby hours. Personal, friendly service makes a difference. 217-356-BANK.
Thank you for calling. Have a great day.
Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial, Inc. Fast, friendly, and local with local loan decisions and underwriting. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 435120.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Pia Sports Bar and Grill on West Springfield in Champaign is your place for food, fun, and a chance to win big. With J&J Gaming, you could walk out with serious cash. And don't forget, Pia's is home to the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. Enjoy 6 slot machines, darts, video golf, wall-to-wall TVs, and their awesome outdoor beer garden. Your place to party before and after the game. Great food, great drinks, great times. All at Pia's. Like Pia's Sports Bar and Grill on Facebook.
The bullpen has been really good for the Cardinals recently, especially losing 3 arms at the trade deadline, including the National League Reliever of the Year last year, Ryan Helsley. But losing Matz, Helsley, and Maton, the Cardinals have done a pretty good job putting the bullpen together. JoJo Romero had saved 3 games. He came on trying to protect a 1-run lead in the 9th inning today, walked the leadoff man, Karros. 1 out later, gave up a pinch home run to Hunter Goodman, his 24th of the year, and those runs stood up in a 6-5 win for the Rockies. The Rockies won 4 out of 6 against the Cardinals, a team with a 32-88 record, the Colorado Rockies. 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 5 left on for Colorado, going 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 5 left for the Cardinals, 1 for 5, and they went 1 out of 14 in the 2 losses to the Rockies with runners in scoring position. The win to Jimmy Herget, 1-2. Romero, a blown save and the loss, 4-4 for JoJo. Victor Vodnik earned his 4th save. A 2-hour, 27-minute game, 20,513 tickets sold. Since the All-Star break, the Cardinals are 10-15. They are 6-6 in the month of August, and they are 61-61 overall. They'll play the Yankees 3 games to wrap up the homestand, 7:15 on Friday night. We're on the air at 6:20. Andre Palante will make the start against right-hander Luis Gil. And we're on the air at 6:20, 7:05. Ricky Horton will be back with us. He'll have the lineups. I'll bring you the first pitch at 7:15. The Rockies came back, scoring 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and a big 2-run pinch home run from Hunter Goodman in the 9th inning to beat the Cardinals 6-5. Thanks to our producer-engineer, Jim Jackson, to Johnny Camp in the St. Louis studio. Tom Ackerman hosted the pregame show. Matt Pauley has the postgame show. Kyle Sixta is our booth assistant here at the ballpark. And Ricky Horton has been away for this series. He'll join us on Friday night when the Yankees come calling. Now for Mike Claiborne, I'm John Rooney. So long from Busch Stadium. St. Louis Cardinals baseball has been brought to you by Budweiser, official beer sponsor of Major League Baseball. Crack open the game with Budweiser and enjoy unrivaled flavor and refreshment. By your quality Ford dealers, the official vehicles of the St. Louis Cardinals. By Schnucks. Earn 2% back on every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. By Shelter Insurance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com to help you choose the coverage that fits just right for your auto, home, and life insurance. By Explore St. Louis. Learn all about the great things to do in St. Louis. Visit ExploreSt.Louis.com. By Central Bank, the hometown bank of the St. Louis Cardinals. And by the Painting and Decorating Foundation. This is the St. Louis Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
A frustrating loss for the Cardinals today. There's some other words in the English language that we could use to describe this loss. I like my job. I'm not going to use them. Cardinals fall to the Rockies by a 5-4 score. That's a really challenging loss for this team against a flat-out, just not good Rockies team. Even with the win today, the Rockies record at 31-88. Cardinals had a 3-1 lead in the 5th inning. They had a 5-2 lead in the 6th inning. And they just could not hold on. They let the Rockies stick around. The Rockies started tacking on some runs, starting in the 4th inning, scored a single run in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and then they were able to use their bench against JoJo Romero. You know, the Cardinals bullpen since the deadline has been so good, and in opportunities to close out games, they have done that. This is really the first time since the deadline where we have seen a letdown from the bullpen in the ninth inning. Give Colorado credit. They used their bench well. They got the matchups that they wanted with Romero there in the ninth inning. Romero certainly would like to have some of those pitches back that he delivered, and the Cardinals end up losing today to the Rockies 6-5, and they lose 2 of 3 in the series just 48 hours ago. We're talking about a team that had gone within 3 games of a playoff spot, so a somewhat sobering 3-game series when you do lose to a team like the Rockies. We do have a lot coming up on this edition of the Mercy Cardinals postgame show. We'll get the postgame comments of Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol. We will also go into the clubhouse for a little bit of audio as well. Up next, we got to relive the way this thing went down. Cardinals lose. They fall to the Rockies 6-5 the final. We're going back to the game with the highlights coming up in just a moment here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Focal Point, landscaping partner of the St. Louis Cardinals, has provided the incredible landscaping in and around Busch Stadium for decades. And this season, Focal Point is teaming up with Cardinals Care for the Broken Bat Tree Planting Program. Every time a Cardinals pitcher breaks an opposing player's bat, Focal Point, in conjunction with Cardinals Care, will plant a tree at a local park or school. Special thanks to John Muni and his team at Focal Point for their tireless work keeping Busch Stadium beautiful.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small, loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
We're talking to John Reichert from A&R Mechanical. 100 years in our community. So many buildings in this town, like Memorial Stadium. Of course, the State Farm Center. Can you remember the reaction from the company getting that? Because that's a big one.
Oh, that was huge. If you just think about it a little bit, everything we put in is straight, pipe is straight. We're putting all that into a round building. And, it took a lot of know-how to make that project happen. It was one of the first projects we did using our new technologies, and the timing was just right. We were the right people for that project, and I think we did it successfully.
The legacy of A&R. John, I could almost say, what haven't you built? Up and down campus, the Siebel Center was fairly new for computer science.
Everybody was working as a team, and I think it came out very well.
A&R Mechanical has helped build Carl at the Fields expansion and other Carl projects in Provena and Sarah Bush Lincoln. The list goes on and on. Visit them at ar-mech.com.
With like Lands Inc., we specialize in, we've got an amazing HVAC department that takes care of your furnace, your heat system, air conditioning, they do
pumps,
that. And for us in Underground, we take care of all your pipes that come into your home, leave your home, and work around your home to keep it dry, your drainage system, sump pumps, things like that. And exactly what you said, if you don't know, a couple decades ago, it was more like, oh, something broke, go fix it, repair it, no big deal. Well, now with the technology, we have cameras, like you said, that we can come in on these Orange Comfort Clubs, and we can camera your sewer lines underneath your house and check them out just to make sure they're fine. If there's something wrong with it, we can show you right then. Truth is in seeing it. We show it to you, and then you can plan as a homeowner for making those repairs or dealing with that issue later on. If it's an immediate need, at least you're not caught off surprise.
That sewer camera inspection with a proper clean out, I was just learning more at landsinc.com.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Cardinals lose to the Rockies by a 6-5 score. Welcome back in. We're continuing on with the Mercy Cardinals post-game show. Let's go back through the game with the highlights. Pitching matchup today, the Cardinals have Michael McGreevy on the mound, former Cardinal Austin Gomber making the start for the Rockies. McGreevy takes the mound in the top of the first inning, retires the first 2 batters he faces in Tyler Freeman and also Mickey Moniak, and then that would bring up Ezequiel Tovar.
The left field corner is wide open with Ivan Herrera playing toward left center. The pitch. A swing and a miss. A sweeper strikes out Tovar.
So a good start for McGreevy there in the top of the first inning. No score. It would stay that way into the second inning when Jordan Beck for the Rockies would lead the inning off with a base hit. Then coming up to the plate after that was Warren Bernabel, but before he was able to do anything, Beck is taken off the bases.
McGreevy with the pitch, the runner going. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second. That's a strike. He's out now. No need to challenge that.
Yeah, there was a pickoff play over at first where it looked like he might be out. It was ruled a kind of a call stand situation. So Beck was essentially eliminated off the bases a couple times. Then a nice defensive play made when Warren Bernabel would come up to the plate.
23%. He's well over 38%.
Ground ball to third, backhanded by Sajaci. He plants, throws, one hop. Got him at first. Hit first slide by Bernabel, and he's out.
Yeah, it was a nice play on both sides right there to keep this game right where it was at. Eventually, Kyle Karros would fly out to end things in the second, and it would send the game to the bottom of the second inning, and that's when the Cardinals would strike. With 2 outs, Lars Nootbaar gets a base hit. That brings up Thomas Sajaci.
Finishing up in Springfield that year. He swings, lines it into center field, base hit. Nootbaar stops at second. The throw goes toward third.
So Sajaci gets the single. Nootbaar is on at second. Runners on at first and second for Pedro Paes.
Gomber look to second, and the pitch for Paes. A swing and a line drive. Left center field. That ball's going to get down and go to the wall. Nootbaar scores. Sajaci's going to score. That's a 2-out, 2 RBI double for Pedro Paes. 2-0 Cardinals.
And Cardinals jump out on top, that 2-0 score. Everything's feeling good at this point in time. The Rockies would get one of those runs back, though, in the top of the fourth inning, as Tyler Freeman would lead the inning off with a base hit. Then Moniak would single, so runners on at first and third for Ezequiel Tovar.
They have some interesting young players. If they can keep them together and find some quality pitching, who knows? There's a line drive over the glove of Brendan Donovan, and the Rockies have found a way to score their first run of the afternoon, courtesy of an RBI single from Ezequiel Tovar. And McGreevy is yet to record an out in this inning.
Well, he hadn't recorded 1 out, but he would record 2 outs on 1 pitch as he's facing off against Jordan Beck.
As McGreevy comes to the plate, there's a ground ball. This could be 2. Win over the second for 1. Can they get 2? Yes, they do. 6-4-3 on the double play. The runner advances to third base. That's okay. Cardinals now have 2 outs on the board.
McGreevy would get out of the inning without another run scoring. 1 run on 3 hits for the Rockies in the fourth. It's a 2-1 game, but the Cardinals, they get that run back in their half of the fourth inning with the leadoff hitter in the frame, Lars Nootbaar.
He always have a very good breaking ball. As Lars turns on one, back at the track, See you later. You're welcome, John Rooney. As Lars Nootbaar with a leadoff single to give the Cardinals a 3-1 lead.
Nootbaar hits the home run, and the Cardinals have a 2-run lead. It is 3-1. The Rockies, though, they would get that run back in the fifth inning. Kyle Karros would lead the inning off with a base hit. Then a Fernandez single would put runners on at first and third for Braxton Fulford, who had an RBI ground out, and it would score a run and would make it a 3-2 game. But then the Cardinals, they would answer that run and more. The leadoff hitter in the fifth is Mason Wynn. He gets a base hit. That brings up Alec Burleson.
I'd just like to see Burleson sting one here. Burleson swings and hits it a mile. It's out of here. Home run, Burleson. A 2-run shot. 5-2 Cardinals.
Yeah, big hit and big home run from Alec Burleson. Cardinals have a 3-run lead, a 2-run shot there for Burley, and you really felt good at that point about how things were going for the Cardinals. But give the Rockies credit. They just kept on finding a way to plate runs. It would happen again in the top of the sixth inning. Their leadoff hitter in the inning is Mickey Moniak.
The Rockies have the purple jerseys on, real gray pants. The pitch. And there's a drive. That's hit deep. Right center field, and that one is out of here. Just to the center field side of the Cardinal bullpen. And it's a 2-run game, 5-3 Cardinals.
Yeah, so the home run gets out there. 2-run game, as John just said. Michael McGreevy would be done after 6 innings. On comes Kyle Leahy to pitch in the 7th. He gives up a leadoff double to Kyle Karros, and then a wild pitch would allow him to go to 3rd with 1 out. Braxton Fulford would hit a sacrifice fly. It would score Karros, and it would make it a 5-4 game. It would stay that way for a while. We get to the 9th, and JoJo Romero on for the Cardinals to close it out. First batter faces Kyle Karros. He would walk, and then a pinch hitter came up to the plate in Brenton Doyle.
A lead at first for Karros. The 3-2 pitch here. Strike 3 call. A slider caught him looking.
Yep, so that's a strikeout, and you felt good at that point about where Romero was at, but the Rockies would go to their bench, and they would call on a guy who hit a really deep home run earlier in the series. That would be Hunter Goodman.
And a dangerous pitch here to a home run hitter on 3-1. The 3-1 for Goodman. A swing and a high fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Scott. He's at the wall. It's gone. A 2-run homer, and the Rockies lead 6-5.
Very much unexpected in that moment. Busch Stadium, just all the life that was in there, it got sucked out with that one swing of the bat, as all of a sudden the Rockies were holding a 1-run lead, 6-5, thanks to Hunter Goodman. So it sends the game to the bottom of the 9th inning. Cardinals need 1 to tie it, 2 to win it, and the inning would get started with Victor Vodnik coming on to pitch. The first batter he faces is Thomas Saggese.
The pitch is swung on, and a high towering fly ball, deep left field, back at the wall. It is caught and left by Beck. Saggese got under it a little too much. One long, loud out.
Yeah, Saggese did not miss hitting a home run by much. It wasn't until that catch was made that you knew for sure that it was not going to get out of here. So Saggese misses by just a little bit. Pedro Paez then came up to the plate. He had kind of just a shallow looper that Moniak came in and made a just spectacular catch on. So 2 straight at bats that could have gone very differently if things were just a little bit different, but doesn't work that way. So 2 outs, and the final hope for the Cardinals is Brendan Donovan.
The pitch, a swing and a high fly ball. That's hit deep, but not deep enough. Under it, the center fielder, Moniak, makes the catch. This ballgame has come to an end. And a bad loss today for the Cardinals, where they had a 3-run lead, but the Rockies kept the pressure on. And a 2-hour, 27-minute game goes to Colorado, 6-5.
With the win, the Rockies go to 32-88. The Cardinals drop to 61-61. Winning totals for Colorado: 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They leave 5. For St. Louis, 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They leave 5 on base as well. Winning pitcher is Herget. He is now 1-2. The loss goes to Romero, 4-4, also charged with a blown save. Vodnik gets the save. It is his 4th of the year. Home runs hit, Moniak his 18th, Goodman his 24th for the Cardinals, Nootbaar his 13th, Burleson hits his 15th, a game that goes 2 hours and 27 minutes, 20,513 tickets sold this afternoon at Busch Stadium as the Cardinals lose to the Rockies 6-5. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll hear from Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol here on the Mercy Cardinals postgame show on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
Grounded third, diving play by Arenado. Big up the out. Unbelievable.
Get ready for the ultimate showdown. The New York Yankees come to Busch Stadium the weekend of August 15th through the 17th, and they're bringing the star power. See sluggers like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton take on your Cardinals in one of the biggest series of the season. Finish off your summer in style with the Cardinals and Yankees. Great seats still available. Get yours now at Cardinals.com.
This is Nolan Arenado, St. Louis Cardinals, for the Lou.
St. Louis success story, proud Cardinal partner, and global digital consulting leader Perficient helps the world's leading enterprises and biggest brands forge the future with technology. Step up to the plate and hit a career home run by joining Perficient's winning team. Perficient challenges, champions, and celebrates its people. Check out their openings today at Perficient.com/careers and see how you can make a difference.
at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World Command Center.
Paul, we have extreme heat warning. Summer 2025 is a hot one in Champaign-Urbana.
That's trouble for garage refrigerators.
One just went down in Rantoul. They need delivery right away, Paul.
Put them on for tomorrow. What's going on down here in Fisher?
It's a window air conditioner going out.
Can't have that. Good thing we deliver and install window ACs. We have plenty in stock.
Garage freezer NB man. Customer wants a technician out right away. She's afraid her beef is thawing.
Hate it when that happens. We have a tech in the area. Send Nate right over.
Copy that.
Team, it's like we talk about. At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, we know what hot weather can do to home appliances. More importantly, we're always ready for the heat with fast, friendly repair service and delivery, plus the largest selection of appliances in Champaign-Urbana.
Paul, customer in Muhammad, needs a portable dehumidifier ASAP. Says his tools are rusting out from the humidity.
That can happen. We have dehumidifiers for pickup or fast delivery. Remember, at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, you get the whole store.
Wow!
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Cardinals lose to the Rockies by a 6-5 score. A couple guys had a pretty solid day at the plate, so the Cardinals come up with 9 hits as a team, and 4 of those hits are between Alec Burleson and Lars Nootbaar. Should be noted, Pedro Pie has a 2-hit day as well, so you can look at 6 of the 9 hits come from those 3 individuals. But for Burleson and Nootbaar, not only do they each go 2 for 4, they each hit a home run as well. Nootbaar his 13th, Burleson his 15th of the year. Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol spoke with the media a few moments ago. Something that the Rockies were really good at doing in this game was getting the leadoff hitter in the inning aboard, and that's what Ollie started by talking about today, how many times that leadoff hitter getting on ended up coming back to bite the team.
A big challenge. That's what we just got done talking about inside. Every time they got the leadoff guy on, they basically scored, and it cost us today. We've done a good job of that over the last several weeks, not so much today. Yeah.
Well, with JoJo's pitch for the last however many months, it's one of those where it's just going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And to your point, he's done a really nice job. And outings like this are going to happen. We know what their bench looks like. We know they're going to unload. Whether you do it in the 7th inning, you're going to see that same lineup of guys coming off the bench, or you wait till the 9th. It's going to happen. You just have to not give in. And unfortunately, you look at the leadoff walk, that kind of sets everything up there where you have to kind of give in a little bit to Goodman. Too good of a pitch there, hits it a long ways, fell behind him 3-1, that didn't help. But JoJo's done an incredible job, man. It's going to happen from time to time. Our pen has been our strength. Day off tomorrow, you go to it. But unfortunately, it didn't work out.
You mentioned that he's in this role because you like his mindset, his ability to, handle things like this. Is that part of how he can bounce back because he has that confidence?
Yeah, he'll be fine, no doubt about it. Yeah.
Is it the scoreboard that decides when you go to Romero? Waiting for them to unload their bench against him, trying to get more runs, get him, or what decides when you do?
Yeah, it's going to come up again in the 9th. And that's the lane to use him. You can do it in the 7th, but then if things don't go his way, you're running out of other guys that you wanted to use there. So you save them to the end, you take your shot. We stole a game from them. Game 1, they stole this one, and you keep moving. Yeah.
I'll use one of your phrases. Anytime you have a pitch to contact guy, you're somewhat playing with fire, but Michael McGrady has done a considerable job.
Yeah.
Damage there. What goes into a little bit of bad ball left, but overall, what were the times?
Yeah, his mentality is really good too. Like if you watch him closely, even when a couple of those ground balls kind of leave the infield for hits, he's not fazed by it. He's smiling. He's on to the next thing and doesn't allow it to kind of affect the execution of the next pitch. And I think that's a big deal for him, is how he approaches that. So he did a really nice job. I mean, second time through, better swings against him, and they scored, in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. So our pen has been pretty strong. We went to it. It didn't work.
Mark said the target single corner. What are some of the things you've seen from him swing-wise that allowed him to get into the ball?
Yeah, I feel like we're about to see him take off. I really feel it. In conversation with him, there's some things that he's identified that he wants to do. He's working hard at it, and it was good to see him take some of the swings he took today. He just missed another one. We did have some good swings. I liked what we were able to do against Gomber. Unfortunately, we just couldn't scratch anything against their entire bullpen. But we did take some good swings, came up short. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not too big of a question, but the series just ended. How would you look at your offense in these 3 games? Last night you talked about target balls, but today.
Yeah, I don't have a blanket statement for the offense because different guys are in different spots, working on different things, feeling their swing, not feeling their swing. So each guy's in a different part of their progression or development, however you want to think about it. So there's not a blanket statement other than there's going to be highs and lows with this group based on that. I really like where several of these guys are, even when I'm looking at the result and some of them not having it but taking good at bats, like Mason last night. So not a blanket statement for the entire offense. I wish we would have scored a lot more runs this series. Yeah.
The question we're obviously about JoJo tonight, but how are you doing with the guys
Yeah, he pitched it, exactly. I mean, we'll take a peek at that one. They were on the sinker pretty good, a lot of hard contact, thankfully, right at people. So, yeah, it was not as much weak contact swing miss as we've seen over the last several weeks. Same. Yeah, and these guys, they've gone hard over the last couple weeks. We've used them. So tomorrow's an off day. They get to rest, and we'll go back at it again to New York.
It's kind of disappointment in the missed opportunity, 4-6 to these guys at this point.
Yeah, not very happy about it. No one in that clubhouse is. I mean, it's pretty clear what our goals were going into this series. We fell short. Yeah.
That's Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol. Obviously, nobody's happy with the way things went down, losing 2 of 3 to the Rockies and losing a game today where you had a couple leads in the contest that you just were not able to hold on to. Final score is 6-5. We'll take a break, and when we return, we will hear from Michael McGreevy as he pitched pretty well today in his 6 innings. We'll hear from him coming up in just a moment on the Mercy Cardinals postgame show here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Graybar.
Redbird Nation has found its home away from home at Margaritaville Lake Resort, Lake of the Ozarks. This lakeside getaway, nestled in the heart of Central Missouri, delivers a Grand Slam vacation experience for every Cardinals fan. Watch the Cardinals game with fellow fans at Landshark Bar and Grill. Cruise the lake with rentals from our Port of Indecision Marina, or relax by our signature pools with that perfect lake view. The perfect blend of lake latitude and island attitude awaits. Visit Margaritaville Resort Lake of the Ozarks.com to plan your escape today. Fins up.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group's Diana Foltz, recent recipient of Champaign County's Realtor of the Year.
Diana, how do you know you've been successful?
I know that when we are invited to personal events in their lives, first birthday parties, weddings, gatherings, we know that we've been more than just their realtor. We know that we've made these relationships deep and that it goes beyond just the sale of the house. And it speaks a lot to what we want, which is to serve our clients and to, be more friends than just a realtor.
Why do you like what you do?
I really enjoy helping either a buyer or seller to get to the next chapter. And they're relying on Reggie and I to help them achieve their next goal.
You're their realtor.
We're their realtor. It's Taylor Foltz team, Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. You can find me on the internet at dianafoltz.com. Cell phone number is 217-840-4133. And my email is diana@dianafoltz.com.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Back to school means back to Jets. Right now, get a build your own large 2-topping pizza for just $14.99 with code JETS101. Choose your crust, Detroit style, hand tossed, or thin, and make it yours with bold flavors like turbo, butter, garlic, or Cajun. Perfect for feeding hungry kindergartners all the way to worn out grad students. For a limited time, get your large 2-topping pizza for $14.99 now at jetspizza.com with code JETS101. It's not just pizza, it's Jets Pizza.
You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Cardinals lose tonight as they fall, I should say this afternoon, as they fall to Colorado by a 6-5 score. Welcome back in. It is the Mercy Cardinals post-game show. Scores from around the National League Central. The Brewers win again. They beat the Pirates 12-5. That is their 12th straight win. That means people in Milwaukee are going to get free burgers. If you know about the thing there, there's a local burger place that anytime the team wins 12 in a row, they give out free burgers. That is what's happening in Milwaukee. Elsewhere, Phillies and Reds, that game has a delayed start as a result of rain, and the Cubs and Blue Jays are going to play later on this evening. In our game, the Cardinals, they lose to Colorado 6-5. Michael McGreevy went 6 innings, allowing 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. He spoke with the media just a few moments ago, opened up talking about his day.
I felt good. There's only 2 pitches I really want back. Thought I had a lot of soft contact those first 2 runs. It's just baseball at the end of the day. Made it bad. I think it was the right pitch to Moniak, but the thought process behind it was, not the best. I think I was thinking more, hey, just throw a strike, get down the zone, versus hey, there's an opportunity for a strike out there. Let's get a chase. Left one over the middle, made a good swing, tipped the cap, and besides that, felt good. Felt I was on the attack all day. It was good, putting up a 0 right after we scored first. Just wish I could have done that more and kind of really kept the game out of reach.
Ollie mentioned you have a knack for not letting things snowball on you. Where does that come from, do you think?
Just being a pitch to contact pitcher. You gotta, singles don't bother you, neither do doubles, but you're 1 or 2 good pitches away from a ground ball double play to end the inning, just a nice weak pop out or even a strikeout. And getting to 1 or 2 double plays today was huge.
Michael, Ollie said nobody in this room is happy with the way this series turned out. He said, you know what the goals were coming into the series. Just feel like you guys let one get away.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially with how things were rolling after the Cubs series. These are the type of games they need to capitalize on, really make up some momentum. Baseball's a cruel game. It gives and it takes, but, definitely want this one back.
Like this is the first time in your career that you've had a real consistent run in the starting rotation. This is your second quality start as well. Do you feel like you're cashing some consistency and adjusting more and more?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like I'm really getting the schedules down, getting my routine kind of honed in and fine-tuned here. Had a really good one in Memphis, had a really good one in spring. And, the spot starts, they're just spot starts, that's all you can do. But really refining my craft, which starts at the routine to start the day, whether that's waking up to make myself breakfast or getting lunch somewhere to start the day. And then coming here and knowing what I'm going to do versus I'm still a little unfamiliar with everything. Let's see what happens versus I know exactly what I want to do today to help me get ready for that first pitch.
How much of a challenge is it to integrate with the coaching staff and they give it?
Not hard at all. It's a great staff. It's a great clubhouse. they create that culture in spring training, make you really feel welcome, feel at home. Never a shy moment. It's just maybe me being shy at the same time. But, it's a very welcoming clubhouse.
That's Michael McGreevy speaking today as the Cardinals end up losing to Colorado 6-5. One more break. We'll come back and we'll wrap up this edition of the Mercy Cardinals postgame show on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Baseball is all about stepping up to the plate when it matters most. And when you've been injured, you need a heavy hitter in your corner. At Morgan & Morgan, we don't back down. We fight to get you every dollar you deserve. No curveballs, no strikeouts, just results. That's why we've recovered over $25 billion for our clients and fight for them from offices nationwide. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Proud sponsor of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hyatt Regency St. Louis, close to everything. Just 3 blocks from Busch Stadium and right next to the Gateway Arch. Swing by Brew House Historical Sports Bar, located inside Hyatt Regency St. Louis for pregame fare and postgame celebration before and after every Cardinals game. Driving in? Park with ease in the heart of downtown with our Park and Stay package. Enjoy valet parking for 1 standard size vehicle per room per night. Don't strike out. Book this exclusive offer today with code 89937 at HyattRegencySt.Louis.com.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Pia Sports Bar and Grill on West Springfield in Champaign is your place for food, fun, and a chance to win big. With J&J Gaming, you could walk out with serious cash. And don't forget, Pia's is home to the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. Enjoy 6 slot machines, darts, video golf, wall-to-wall TVs, and their awesome outdoor beer garden. Your place to party before and after the game. Great food, great drinks, great times. All at Pia's, like Pia Sports Bar and Grill on Facebook.
Well, I tell you what, though, A&R has been such an amazing, impactful company. Your grandfather, your dad, you've all gone through stuff. And your secret is what, John?
Well, you have to trust that you're doing the right thing, first of all. And you got to surround yourself with good people. And I think over the years, we've had some really good people that have been part of A&R. And, we owe a lot of our success, if not all of it, to those people.
Neil, you could say A&R has built a great part of Champaign-Urbana. It's about people. Can you explain the culture, why people would want to work at A&R?
We've had several families where we've gone even 3 generations. And these guys are long-term employees. They want to stay with us. And it's rewarding to know that they want to be with us. We have their backs. They have our backs. And that's a unique perspective, I think, from anybody this day and age.
I'm positive because you're such a solid company. A&R Mechanical, a thriving leader 100 years later. You're listening to St. Louis Cardinals baseball on WSJK Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, ESPN 93.5. Brought to you by Max Twin City Recycling. Visit them at maxrecycling.com.
Certainly a frustrating afternoon here at the ballpark as the Cardinals lose to the Rockies by a 6-5 score. Let's go ahead and take a look at our saves leaderboard. The saves leaderboard is being brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, right now leading the way in Major League Baseball. San Diego's Robert Suarez. Kansas City's Carlos Estevez is number 2 on that list with 30. And then Seattle's Andres Munoz, along with Milwaukee's Trevor McGill and Houston's Josh Hader. They all sit with 28. It's brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. And if you're a Missourian, we're for you. Cardinals will enjoy the off day tomorrow. They would have enjoyed it more if they were coming off a win, but they'll enjoy it nonetheless. And then they are going to open up a 3-game weekend series against the Yankees starting on Friday night. Cardinals are going to have right-hand pitcher Andre Pallante on the mound. He's 6-9 with a 4.95 ERA. Luis Gil is going to make the start for the Yankees. The right-hander is 0-1 with a 7.27 ERA. He hasn't pitched a whole lot this year. 7:15 first pitch. That means coverage on Friday night is set to begin at 6:20. For the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, along with Mike Claiborne, who had the call of the game, for Ricky Horton, who is on assignment. The on-site producer-engineer is Jim Jackson. Studio producer-engineer John Camp. Our booth assistant and clubhouse reporter Kyle Sixta. For all those folks, I'm Matt Pauley, thanking you for being tuned in to the broadcast today. Cardinals lose by a 6-5 score. We'll talk to you again coming up on Friday for more Cardinals baseball across the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Your Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Another quarterback injury hit for the Browns. Further medical testing and examination revealed Shedeur Sanders has an oblique strain, is considered day-to-day. He won't practice tomorrow, won't likely play in Saturday's preseason game. ESPN NFL front office insider Mike Tannenbaum.
It's really too bad because I thought Shedeur was very encouraging in the first game, but one of the things about being a pro quarterback, guys, is you have to be durable, and hopefully this is just a small bump in the road, but any chance he may have had to start, which was probably a long shot, is obviously greatly diminished by not playing.
Tom Dundon, owner of the NHL's Carolina Hurricanes, agreed to buy the NBA's Portland Trailblazers for a valuation of more than $4 billion. He does intend to keep the team in Portland. The team with the best record in baseball, the Brewers, ran their winning streak to 12 with a 12-5 victory over the Pirates. Rookie Troy Melton allowed 1 hit in 5 innings. The AL Central leading Tigers beat the White Sox 1-0. Padres scored 7 runs in the second inning. They lead the Giants now 10-0 bottom 5. San Diego in the thick of both the National League West and NL Wild Card races.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Thursday. I'll tell you what I need to see from Lamar and the Ravens if they finally want to reach the Super Bowl. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
This is Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
I'm Freddie Coleman. He's Harry Douglas. It is the afternoon cool known as Freddie and Harry, presented by Progressive Insurance. Appreciate you joining us on Sirius XM Channel 80, as well as tune in and tell that smart speaker of yours to play ESPN Radio. So let's find out what's going on with all these hold-ins that no longer hold outs, but not getting their money, especially when it comes to now 3 instead of 4 with James Cook getting his deal from the Buffalo Bills. Let's bring in Charles McDonald of Yahoo Sports as an NFL writer. Great follow on the socials at Fort Verts. Can't wait to get his expertise right here on Freddie and Harry. And Charles, I'll start with the Cleveland Browns, who apparently can't keep any quarterback healthy. The latest involvement Shedeur Sanders after what he did on Friday. An oblique strain that's going to keep him out of practice this week versus the Eagles and the game versus the Eagles on Saturday. So what is up, in your opinion, with the quarterback situation in Cleveland?
Dude, I don't know what to say besides they're just cursed because, you know, for
for some, not for some reason, but somehow Jimmy Haslam was able to avoid the impulse of firing Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski, who have done some good work in Cleveland. It's been up and down. Stefanski is a 2-time Coach of the Year, but they also have the Deshaun Watson trade. So, not perfect, but good enough to keep going. And in the first year of a rebuild, especially when you're looking at that next year's draft, and they have 2 first-round picks, one from the Jacksonville Jaguars after the Travis Hunter trade, you want to get a good look at literally everyone you can on your roster. And unfortunately, they're in a spot where Kenny Pickett, who they traded for, is hurt. Dylan Gabriel, who they took in the top 100 of the draft, right at the end of the 3rd round, is hurt. And now Shedeur Sanders is hurt. I guess just leaving Joe Flacco and Tyler Huntley right now. I'm sure they're going to have to sign someone by the end of the week or for the game on Saturday just to get through the game. But, man, it's just bad news bears over there because you want to know if you need a quarterback going into next year. And now it looks like none of the guys are going to be set up to have the best chance to win the job or have success during the season.
Charles, there were a lot of exciting things that happened in week 1 of the preseason. What was your biggest takeaway from last weekend?
Oh, man. I don't know how many people watched it, but I thought the Jets in the first game under Aaron Glenn, they looked like they kind of got some life shot back into them after last year because you started watching last year and you're like, man, they have enough good players where it shouldn't look this bad. Like I remember I was at the game where they played the Colts up here in New York, and that Colts offense was not good last year, but they went up and down the field. It looked like Anthony Richardson was gonna take that next step. And this is a defense that has guys like Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner, and they had DJ Reed last year. But they just kind of looked like they needed a new face kind of leading the charge for them. So I was just impressed with how hard they were playing for the first week of the preseason, considering the regular season kind of slipped away from them. Sauce Gardner looked good. The offensive line was moving people. Braylon Allen had a good game, and then Justin Fields capped off his drive with a scrambling touchdown. So I don't know if they're going to be like a playoff team, but I think the Jets, they could be one of those teams that the good teams hate to play because they can beat you up. They got some stars on defense, and then Justin Fields will make it tough for you at times, too.
Because believe me, Aaron Glenn's middle initials are DNP, stands for does not play, and he does not suffer fools gladly as a new Jets head coach. Charles McDonald hit him on the Sosa Forbes from Yahoo Sports, getting us ready for the NFL season on Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio. And now they're 3 because James Cook got his money from the Buffalo Bills, 4 years, $48 million extension, $30 million guaranteed money. So in your opinion, Charles, who's going to be next to get their money? Is it going to be Trey Hendrickson in Cincinnati? Is it going to be Terry McLaurin in Washington? Or who down there at the Dallas Cowboys?
No, it should be who as of last year down there in Dallas. Because I don't know how if Michael Parsons locked up to a deal. When the other players are out there tweeting yo, come on. We know the deal is Jerry, but not with this guy. I would expect Jerry's playing to do the thing where he gets the deal done right before week 1, and we all move on, and they get destroyed by the Eagles to open the season. But,
hey, easy. Charles, it's true, but you don't have to say it out loud in front of company. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I think that one's fascinating, and really, I would say both Trey Hendrickson and Terry McLaurin. I would want to get those done as fast as possible because they're so important for different reasons. If you're the Bengals, you start looking around that defense, and I know they're trying to rebuild and they took Shamar Stewart this year, but it was kind of a one-man show last year with Trey Hendrickson, and it wasn't all that good. And then when you go over to Washington with Terry McLaurin, that connection between him and Jaden Daniels, especially in the red zone last year, was just crucial. So and we look at the Jaden Daniels stuff, his deal, his future extension, that would be by the time Terry's contract is over. So I don't really get why they're playing hardball there. I just think once you get to this point and you're a team for both of them who have championship aspirations, you just got to try to get these guys in the camp. And I don't really know what they're haggling for, but I know that the further it goes along, the more you're probably just missing because when you start looking at the Commanders' wide receiver room past Terry McLaurin, it's not great. You look at the Bengals pass rushers past Trey Hendrickson, it's not great. These are crucial players, and you just got to get that done.
Another quarterback I thought had a solid start in his first preseason game of 2025 was J.J. McCarthy of the Minnesota Vikings. What are your expectations for him as this should be his first full year starting at the quarterback position?
It's tough because you want to kind of play it safe because the guy hasn't played in an NFL regular season game yet. But at the same time, you just kind of look at this offense and how they set up. Like one of their big problems last year was offensive line depth. And what they do, they go out and they get Ryan Kelly, spend $90 million on Will Freeze, first-round pick on Donovan Jackson from Ohio State. He's got Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. T.J. Hawkins is a good tight end. I mean, even the tackles they had there who got hurt last year, Christian Darrisaw, he's one of the best in the NFL. So you don't want to get ahead of yourself and say, hey, this guy should lead them to like a playoff win or two. But that's what they're trying to set up for, and especially with Brian Flores commanding stuff on the other side. So I think a reasonable expectation for him is to look like, if you can get this to be like a top 15 passing offense, like as your floor, that's probably not a bad spot to be in your first year. But man, I find myself struggling with how much should I expect here, because he is basically a rookie, but this is also a Super Bowl offense around him. So it's kind of got to get moving early on.
Charles McDonald of Yahoo Sports, a great follow on Fort Verts when it comes to talking NFL. He's doing the NFL Yakety Yak with us here on Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio with Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. You used a great word, reasonable, and I hope you can use that word when it comes to what reasonable expectation you have for Anthony Richardson going into year 3 at quarterback with the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, man.
that says it all.
The crazy thing is, you go back to him at Florida, right? And one of the knocks was he hasn't played all that much football. It's going to be a project. And then you see that the injury that he has, and they mess up the protection, and miscommunication with him in the center. Guy comes unblocked free off the edge, and you remember going into like year 3, he still hasn't played all that much football because he's been hurt. So I don't know. I would expect it probably to go all that well, but if you're the Colts coaching staff, you still have to be looking at this like he's still a better chance to save what we got going on than Daniel Jones. So I would still be inclined to give him a shot, but when you're already doing the one guy's going to start one game, the other guy's going to start the next game, you kind of need to play more than you kind of need to play more than 3 games, or 3 plays, in the preseason debut. So I think it's going to go probably a little messy, but it's still your best shot to save your job, I think.
All right, so I think it's disrespectful that we talk every single day, and we hardly bring up the number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, Cam Ward.
Wow.
He's with the Tennessee Titans, a team that I used to play for 3 years. Is he kind of flying under the radar, and are we misunderstanding how good he can actually be in year 1?
Well, I would say he's fallen underneath the radar, because I know in one of my group chats there's a little joke where everyone, anytime someone mentions Cam Ward, we go, who is that? So I think he's gone a little under the radar, but man, that was a pretty impressive preseason debut. And I think it's interesting that he's kind of gone under the radar because he's got like the story that everyone loves. He was a guy who wasn't recruited out of high school really. Had to go grind it out at multiple stops before he got to Miami and then ended up the first overall pick. And from what I'm reading, what I watched in that game, it seems like he's really taking command of that offense. So I think they're kind of like in a weird space where they have some good pieces on offense, and I think there's some good pieces on the offensive line. You got Calvin Ridley, but the whole picture isn't complete yet. So I think it's going to be a little bit of an up and down year. I mean, they did just finish with the first overall pick, so there's still some work to do. But I think he can have a year where he wins Rookie of the Year. Especially if he can get that connection with Calvin Ridley going. I mean, the floor is high. I think the ceiling is high there. And, I know he doesn't have any primetime games this year, but hopefully his performance is well enough where we're actually talking about a guy who's got a pretty inspiring story up to this point and has a chance to be a really good NFL quarterback.
Hey, Charles, we always love the knowledge you bring to the table. Always love when we catch up with you. Take care. We'll talk to you soon, and thanks for joining us on Freddie and Harry, my man.
All right, see you guys.
Great stuff by Charles McDonald from Yahoo Sports as an NFL analyst and also NFL insider. Hit him on the socials at Fort Verge, joining us in the afternoon cool, known as Freddie and Harry with Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman, and there are 2 in Cleveland and 1 in New York. At a certain point, Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel in Cleveland, and Jackson Dart in New York may start a game this year. Which rookie quarterback out of those 3 will be the first one to the front of the line? We'll give you our answers, and you can do the same thing as well. How can you do that to be a part of Freddie and Harry and ESPN Radio? Oh, a little Sunday, we'd like to have you go like this.
Call Freddie and Harry now.
Okay, you're dialing. You are dialing.
1-888-SAY-ESPN. That's 1-729-3776.
In March 2017, police in Ketchikan, Alaska, got a worried call.
And I haven't heard from them, so I'm getting worried.
It was about a beloved surgeon, one of just 2 in town, named Eric Garcia. When police officers arrived to check on the doctor, they found him dead on a couch.
Is it a suicide? Is it a murder? What is it?
From ABC Audio and 2020, Cold-Blooded Mystery in Alaska is out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Thursday, we continue to get you ready for the 2025 NFL season as we go 2-a-days. Baltimore Ravens and Washington Commanders. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
ESPN Originals presents The Kingdom.
How about those
Every year, that's the only goal that you have is win the Super Bowl. When you're winning, people look at you and they're like, you're the villain.
It's our life. The ESPN Original Series, The Kingdom, presented by State Farm, premieres August 14th on ESPN Plus and Disney Plus.
What's up, kiddos? Clinton Yates here. Coming up on Thursday, our 2-a-days feature the Ravens and the Commanders. Could it be a Beltway Bowl Super Bowl around the DMV? That's Thursday on Clinton and Friends at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Stream the FedEx Cup playoffs on ESPN Plus. The PGA Tour's top players chasing the top prize. Scotty Scheffler.
Everybody on tour wants to win the FedEx Cup.
Rory McIlroy.
I've driven away from East Lake quite a few times with a smile on my face.
Justin Thomas.
It's the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Stream more moments and more minutes of the FedEx Cup playoffs from August 7th to the 24th. Live on ESPN Plus. Sign up at plus.espn.com/golf.
Coming September 2nd to ESPN Radio, The Rich Eisen Show.
Spencer Rattler. Good to see you, Spencer. How are you?
Good to see you. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great.
Let's bring on the manager of the Cincinnati Reds, Terry Francona. How you doing, Terry? Good to see you.
Rich, great to see you.
The Rich Eisen Show.
One of the best pass rushers in the business, Josh Hines Allen of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Good to see you, sir. How are you? I'm doing great.
Rich Eisen, coming September 2nd. Weekdays from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. Amber Indian.
He gets it. He's a Heisman Trophy winner. He's understanding the offense more and more. I'm on this island by myself, but I'm telling you.
You've always been really high on Caleb Williams.
This dude is going to be a rock star.
I'm the only person that I feel like I was on an island by myself questioning him when he came into the league.
And now it's the other way. Everyone's questioning it, and I'm going, hey, get ready. Come November, watch out.
Amber Indian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on SiriusXM Channel 80.
Every Saturday morning, ACC Huddle is coming to you live from the marquee matchup of the week. Join the Huddle team as they count down to kickoff with in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and everything you need to know about ACC football.
This guy is elite.
He's going to be a valuable asset to an NFL team. ACC Huddle, Saturdays from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern on ACC Network and streaming live on the ESPN app.
You have cancer. There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself.
Round 1 of chemotherapy. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna survive. There's no way I'm gonna let this take over me.
Cancer doesn't care what you look like, who you are.
It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love.
You ain't get this cancer about you. Let's do it. Live. Fight like hell. And when you get too tired to fight, let somebody else fight for you.
Because of all the donations, mine is one of the lives that's been saved.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Visit v.org/donate.
ESPN presents the Little League World Series. Celebrate baseball in its purest form.
Williamsport, Pennsylvania is absolutely magical. For someone who loves baseball, there is no better place to be this time of year.
Where the game is just a game.
He makes the play! It never gets old, it just gets better.
Little League World Series, presented by T-Mobile, continues on the networks of ESPN.
The 2025 Little League Classic, live from historic Bowman Field in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Let's go light up.
Cal Raleigh and the Mariners have broken it open.
We're going to have some fun memories here tonight.
Cal Raleigh and the Seattle Mariners face Juan Soto and the New York Mets.
I was these kids not too long ago, so, it's awesome to be here.
Coverage begins Sunday at 6 Eastern with first pitch at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
This is Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
He's Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. It's the afternoon cool known as Freddie and Harry. Thanks for joining us on Sirius XM Channel 80, as well as tune in and tell that smart speaker to play ESPN Radio. Get renters insurance to protect the things that make your place a home, including coverage for theft or damage. All you got to do is visit Progressive.com. Well, it could be one of the three. It could be Dillon Gabriel and or Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland, or Jackson Dart with the New York Giants. Hey, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't look good out of the gate, maybe Will Howard, the Ohio State quarterback, he gets a shot. But some NFL rookie, not named Tyler Shuck, down in New Orleans, is going to make an NFL start at a certain point. And if Shedeur Sanders, who, by the way, suffered an oblique strain, he's not going to take part in any of the joint practices with the Eagles and Browns, and he's unlikely to play on Saturday. That's going to ESPN insider Adam Schefter. Even despite that, Terrell Davis, Pro Football Hall of Famer, when he joined us early this week on Freddie and Harry, he says, Shedeur, if you keep doing that.
Flacco's had a great career, but players talk. Coaches see it, fans see it. I always tell young players, man, make yourself irresistible to the coaches or to anybody, because eventually they have to play you. If you keep making plays, if you keep basically screaming with your play, they can't ignore it. And that's what Shedeur just has to do.
So who is it going to be? Which rookie quarterback out of the three that we put out there when it comes to Dillon Gabriel and or Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland or Jackson Dart with the New York Giants will get their first start? Let us know at 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Nick in Wisconsin, who's it going to be and why, my friend?
I'm thinking it'd be Gabriel here, guys. For one, Jackson Dart, he's behind Russell Westbrook and the Goof. He's not going to be seen playing time till probably week 10 at minimum. Gabriel, I think there's less risk there. The Browns give zero craps about what people think of their quarterback situation. We've seen that the last few years. So I'm just thinking he'll be the one that's most likely to. Low risk, high reward if he does well.
Here's where, Nick, I feel you on that one, because he was drafted ahead of Shedeur Sanders. If Shedeur Sanders drafted above him, they're probably going to give him more leeway than Dillon Gabriel. But they took Dillon Gabriel, the third-round pick. They didn't think for a second that Shedeur Sanders was going to be there or that they would need him. But in the fifth round, they had no choice, or at least in their mind, they had no choice but to pick him and take him with that pick. And now they got two rookie quarterbacks. Well, they got 6 quarterbacks in the payroll, so they got enough guys to try to pick from. We got Joe Flacco, not Deshaun Watson, of course, but Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders. They brought back Tyler Huntley, and they took Kenny Pickett, a former first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers that is trying to rebound from an injury and get a chance to do what Shedeur Sanders did. Both he and Dillon Gabriel were injured. Shedeur Sanders steps in, and all of a sudden that conversation shifted. They have a chance to shift the conversation back to them if that's going to be the case. But for my money, I think it's going to be Jackson Dart. I don't get excited or overexcited about preseason games. I never look at results in terms of who won and who lost. I leave that for coaches. But that Giants offense looked different. I know it's the backups. I know it's Jackson Dart and against the defense that was kind of vanilla, but not kind of vanilla with the Buffalo Bills. But just the way the guys rallied around him. With Russell, they were just like, oh, you still here?
Oh, you haven't retired yet, Russell Wilson? Hey, Jameis, I thought Russell Wilson left. You lied to me. Jackson Dart and Jameis Winston have the guys rally around them more than a Russell Wilson who is going to be the starter for the New York Giants. That schedule is brutal for the New York Giants. At the Washington Commanders, at the Dallas Cowboys. I know the Cowboys are not going to be good this year. If they're fair to middle, it's okay, but the Giants never beat them. Home versus Kansas City, home versus the Chargers. So 3 out of their first 4 games involved teams who made the playoffs last year. 2 of those teams got to their championship games, and Commanders and the Chiefs. After that, they're at the Saints. They should win that one, but you never know. Then home versus Philadelphia, at Denver, at Philadelphia, home versus San Francisco. Who are the 49ers? Their schedule's going to have them look like an improved football team. At a certain point, you're Brian Daboll. You can't look at check down Charlie Russell Wilson and say, yeah, it's okay if you go 10 for 18 for 45 yards. We got to put that rookie out there and take our chances because Malik Neighbors will get sick of that real quick with Russell Wilson being checked down Charlie, and he's blown past his guy and the ball's not coming. He saw enough of that nonsense last year. He's not going to put up with that this year. The Giants' defense is going to be really good. So if they're excited about the defense, give them a reason to be more excited with a quarterback in Jackson Dart. I think that's the guy out of the 3 because Tyler Shough will be the NFL rookie that'll start first. He's already in line to do that for the Saints. And based on the competition, if he can't beat out those guys, then they should worry about a guy they signed to a guaranteed contract, even though he was a second-round pick. But if you're Jackson Dart, you got everybody excited. If you're Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, yeah, they know Joe Flacco's going to be there, QB1 week 1. But at a certain point, the Cleveland Browns will have at least probably 4 different guys start at quarterback this year because that's how it's gone. But if you're the Giants, you did not draft and find a way to trade up in the draft to take a guy like Jackson Dart for him not to play on year 1. Especially when Brian Daboll has been a really good quarterback coach no matter where he's been. NFL, college football, etc. You saw the end result of that over the weekend with Jackson Dart, how that looked even in a backup capacity. If he can do that, what will we do with the first teamers and better personnel and better wide receivers, except for the offensive line, and his speed will maybe nullify that. That's the guy I think that's going to start first out of the 3 we mentioned. I think it's going to be Jackson Dart with the New York Giants. He is Harry Douglas. I'm Freddie Coleman. Appreciate you joining us in the afternoon cool, known as Freddie and Harry. Don't forget, we always have a chance to listen to you when it comes to Safe Space. Let you know exactly how to do that this way. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. And is it really now or never in Cincinnati, even with that defense, when it comes to the Cincinnati Bengals? Keep it here on ESPN Radio.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
How are the Cincinnati Bengals wasting Joe Burrow? The Cincinnati Bengals are doing exactly what Joe Burrow wants them to do. You know how I know that? Because Joe Burrow told us what he wanted them to do earlier this offseason, and they capitulated to almost all of the things that he, quote-unquote, demanded. How are they wasting his talent?
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
ESPN presents the Little League World Series. Celebrate baseball in its purest form.
Williamsport, Pennsylvania is absolutely magical. For someone who loves baseball, there is no better place to be this time of year.
Where the game is just a game.
He makes the play! It never gets old, it just gets better.
Little League World Series, presented by T-Mobile, continues on the networks of ESPN.
Celebrate! And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
All Jalen Hurts does is win. Jalen Hurts does a tremendous job of being able to control the complexion of the game, and his team is usually playing with the lead, which means you're running the football. So all of the numbers, all of the metrics that people look at for high-level quarterback play are going to be somewhat suppressed because he's not throwing the ball that much. That's not who the Philadelphia Eagles are as a football team. And guess what? They don't have to be that as a team because of how Jalen Hurts operates the offense.
So conversely,
Jalen Hurts, since he became the full-time starter for the Philadelphia Eagles, 4 seasons, has had 3 different 1,000-yard rushers. That's not happenstance. It's because he's really, really good, especially at throwing the deep ball. So Jalen Hurts, because of who he is as a player, gives that offense a ton of optionality. And then, oh, by the way, he's a threat to run that thing too.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.